Hi, it's Karen with Living Our Dream Homestead, where today we're going to be making baked beans. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please click the button down below. Now, these would be perfect for the 4th of July or, of course, Memorial Day. You could have them any other time as well. So the first thing we need to do is we need to turn on our oven to 350 degrees. We are going to go ahead and use a 2-quart baking dish for these baked beans. We need to go ahead and use a non-stick cooking spray. I'm just using olive oil, and I'll go ahead and spray my dish. And now we're going to go ahead and go over here onto the stove top, and we are going to use a skillet. So let me go ahead and turn around the camera and show you up close how to make these delicious baked beans. Well, the first thing we need is we need a skillet. And I'm going to go ahead and put in just a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of my skillet. Next, we're going to go ahead and put in a 1/3 cup of yellow onion chopped. And now we are going to go ahead and put in 3 slices of bacon. I am actually using True Goodness hardwood smoked uncured bacon. So this one has no nitrates or no antibiotics, which actually would be better for you just because, nitrates can be hard on our body as well. So I'll go ahead and pull out the 3 pieces of bacon and put it in here with our onion, and we are going to go ahead and fry it for about 2 to 3 minutes, or until our onions here are more translucent. And I'll go ahead and work on this now. Okay, I've got my heat on about medium heat, and again, we are frying it until at least the onions are translucent, and it will cook some of the bacon. I'll show you when I get this done. Don't forget to flip over your bacon. My husband and I, we like our bacon cooked a little bit more than the 2 to 3 minutes, so again, that's up to you, but I will cook mine a little bit longer, and then I will show you when I get this done. Now, before you put the bacon in the pan, if you want to, you can cut it up. To me, it's harder to cut it up when it's really, really raw. So I like to go ahead and cook mine and then cut it up into smaller pieces. That way we can put it throughout the baked beans. So I'm going to go ahead and work on these other 2 and cut them into pieces, and then it's about done, and then I'll get it out of the skillet. The bacon and the onions are all done. I'm going to go ahead and take it off the burner, and we're going to go ahead and now go back over here to our baking dish. We're going to go ahead and mix everything up in the baking dish. So we're going to need to take 28 ounces of pork and beans. Now, it does not have to be Vandy Camps. We just buy the Vandy Camps. We like that better. I'm actually going to put both cans in there, so it will be 30 ounces, and that's okay as well. So I'll go ahead and get ready to empty this into our baking dish. Now that we have both of those cans into our baking dish, we are going to go ahead and add in a 1/3 cup of barbecue sauce. Now, you can use any kind if you'd like, but this is the kind that my husband really likes. Montgomery Inn Barbeque Sauce. And that is the one that we actually use in this recipe. So I'm going to go ahead and add this in, and then I'm going to go ahead and stir to combine it. Now that I've got the barbecue sauce all mixed into the pork and beans, we are going to go ahead and add in a 1/3 cup of brown sugar. And I've kind of got it packed in there. There we go. And I'll go ahead and stir that in to combine. Now that was light brown sugar that I ended up adding. And now we need to go ahead and add in 1/2 teaspoon of dried ground mustard. And then I'll stir to combine. Now that we have that mustard all combined into our baked beans, we are going to go ahead and take that skillet where we went ahead and cooked our onions and our bacon, and we're going to take that and put it into our baking dish and stir to. Now that we have all the bacon and the onions mixed up into our baked beans, we need to go ahead and put it in our 350 degree oven for 1 hour, and we are going to bake it uncovered. The baked beans are all done. Here's the baked beans up close. Don't they look delicious? Now, if you wanted to cook your bacon a little bit more and get it more crispy and brown, you can. Again, it's whatever your preference is. And when frying the bacon, you don't have to put in the oil to fry it. And of course, bacon is usually very fattening anyway, and eventually it will, cook up. And I will leave the recipe down in the description. The recipe actually was attached to the bottle of the Montgomery Inn Barbeque Sauce. And it actually came from, I do believe it was like the 2000s. I'm not sure exactly specifically what year, but I saved it. It had a couple of recipes, and it was called Montgomery Inn Baked Beans. Well, thank you for watching. This was Karen with Living Our Dream Homestead. I hope you have a good day.